There's a tug of war across the country over abortion rights. State lawmakers racing to increase restrictions or ramp up protections, depending on the state, as the Supreme Court appears likely to overturn Roe v. Wade. Today, New York's Attorney General announced a bill that would provide tens of millions of dollars in funding to abortion providers in New York State. She says they're expecting an influx of patients from states that are stepping up restrictions on abortion. According to NBC analysis of the Center for Reproductive Rights data, 23 states would almost immediately ban abortion. 10 of them have laws on the books from before Roe v. Wade. 13 have trigger laws that would ban abortion soon after a new ruling. But just since the draft court opinion was leaked a week ago, Republican lawmakers across the country have started rolling out plans for more restrictions. Take Louisiana. There, the state lawmakers are moving to criminalize abortion. The law would mean any woman who gets an abortion, any doctor who provides an abortion could be charged with murder. In Ohio, the governor said he's requested to revive a bill from 3 years ago. It would ban abortions from the first detected heartbeat. And in Idaho, the Attorney General's office reports it asked the state Supreme Court to lift a stay on a Texas-style law there. It would allow people who would have family members to sue a doctor who performs an abortion after a fetal heartbeat is detected. All this movement comes at the state level as a bill to codify abortion rights in federal law appears ready to fail in Congress. Today, the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer moved forward with the bill, setting up a vote for Wednesday. But Democratic lawmakers have admitted they do not have the votes to push it through. CNBC's Shamari Stone live in Mount Vernon, Virginia, where protesters for abortion rights are about to march to the Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito's home. Shamari.
Shep, right now, there are around a dozen Fairfax County police officers on this block. Behind me is where Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito lives. And if you look, zoom right down the street, you can see there are some officers right now. They are waiting for around 100 protesters to march down this block. We talked to organizers, and they say they plan on being peaceful. Now, we also talked to organizers from a separate protest, and they tell us that life has been rough.
It's been rough. It's been a rough couple of days. It's been stressful.
Patrick Hallway and his wife Lacey helped organize around 100 supporters of abortion rights. They demonstrated outside the home of conservative Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh on Saturday.
We will not go back.
They say they're now receiving death threats on social media.
We've had them last night and a lot this morning. Women's rights are being taken away, and we have to at least stand up for something that we believe in.
Protesters also showed up outside Chief Justice John Roberts' house over the weekend. Today, the White House condemning all acts of violence following the arson at the Wisconsin anti-abortion office. President Biden strongly condemns this attack and political violence of any stripe.
Abortion is healthcare.
In Virginia, students from dozens of schools walked out to show their support for abortion.
As a cisgendered male, it's my responsibility to stand up and support the women who have done so much to support me.
As for Patrick Hallway, he says protesting is part of democracy.
Regardless of your politics, we are protesting under our constitutional rights. We're not doing anything illegal.
Now, those protesters are expected to march down this block within the next hour or so, and they plan on having a vigil, they say, in support of abortion rights. Shep?